to the Fortress of Philitude. So what exactly is the Fortress of Philitude? Well, this is going to be a new channel that's going to cover a lot of different topics for the gaming world, specifically tabletop gaming. I'm going to do crafting and commentary. We'll try to do things that other crafters aren't doing because I don't want to copy off them or step on their toes. And there are a lot of great crafters out there with a lot of great channels. I'll list some here at the end of this video and put links in the comments below. Other than that, I'm going to be doing miniature painting, modifications, nothing too fancy because I'm not a professional painter, but mostly I'll focus on conversions and modifications, maybe different color schemes for some games people wouldn't normally think of, tips, tricks, advice for running your games, both as a player and as a game master or dungeon master, depending upon what kind of game you play. Which, that's the question, what kind of games will I mostly be covering? Well, most of what I'll do will be versatile and usable in a lot of different games, but mostly what I play and what I focus on, the fantasy type games like Pathfinder, Dungeons and Dragons. I also play a lot of Star Wars, the Fantasy Flight version. I love that system, got some buddies who really got into it. And we stupidly decided, instead of doing theater of the mind like the game is mostly designed to be run as, we decided to use miniatures and terrain. So that's posed a few challenges because there's not a lot of really good Star Wars terrain out there. Thankfully, there's 3D printing and crafting. So we'll be covering a lot of Star Wars type terrain. Other games will include Starfinder, Call of Cthulhu, Mutants and Masterminds from Green Ronin. Also another game from Green Ronin, they have a system called Age, the adventure game engine. A couple of different types of games. They've got a modern age, a fantasy age, Blue Rose. They also use that same system for The Expanse. It's a good generic system. I like it. 13th Age, Aliens, Savage World, Shadow of the Demon Lord. There's a lot of other role-playing games that we occasionally dabble with. I'll probably talk about some of those. But a lot of the terrain I do will be usable for any of those games. And in some cases, for science fiction or fantasy, you can kind of swap back and forth. Might occasionally talk about board games, do some unboxing videos, do some play tests, or just do some reviews with some of my buddies who are much more into board games than I am, but between us, I think we've got some good experiences, some good opinions and commentary. Play games like Armada and X-Wing, also from Fantasy Flight. And I've recently started getting interested in Warhammer 40K. I wince when I say that because I know it's going to be addictive and time-consuming, but I think it's going to be fun. We'll see where it goes from there. So, after this introduction video, I've got a few other videos posted just to get things kicked off. I'd appreciate if you would like the videos, comment, let me know what you like, what you don't like, what you maybe want to see changed, something a little different. Feel free to subscribe, tell your friends, tell your coworkers, tell your family. And if you really want to get into this craft and support this channel and so many other channels, you should check out the Tabletop Crafters Guild on Facebook. It's a Facebook group. It's a great community. There's over 36,000 members, I think. Very supportive, lots of advice, lots of showcases of other people's crafts, links to videos. It's a great community. I know some people don't like Facebook a whole lot for different reasons. But for groups, there's some hidden gems, and the Tabletop Crafters Guild is one of those. Speaking of which, there are a lot of channels that helped inspire me and kind of gave me the desire to do this myself. I'm going to have some links for some of my favorites, and I'm going to list some of them now, too, because I think it's important you know who's inspired me and who I think are some of the top crafters, or at least the most enjoyable, the most interesting, and yeah, the most talented. So, some of the channels that inspire me that I watch regularly, Black Magic Craft, Wylock's Armory, DM's Craft, V Muse, she's a great painter. She hasn't done a lot with her own channel lately because she's actually working for WizKids and is doing videos for them, reviewing stuff like Warlock tiles and some of their new miniatures. But you really got to check her channel out too. The Tabletop Engineer, Tabletop Witchcraft, Miniac, Midwinter Minis, Goobertown Hobbies, Eric's Hobby Workshop, Dark Matter Workshop, Bard's Craft. There are a lot of others. Like I said, I'll try to put links. There will be friends of the channel or whatever they call it, where you can list other channels you recommend or that you subscribe to. And you can check all those out. I highly recommend all of those channels. You're going to learn a lot. You're going to enjoy yourself. And you're going to get a lot of inspiration. To finish things off, I think for the end of the video, I'm just going to showcase some of the stuff I've done over the years, stuff I've sculpted, stuff I've made out of foam, foam core tiles, miniature modifications, and some scatter terrain, some 3D printed stuff, and maybe even a couple of buildings I did for Star Wars, just to kind of give you an idea of the kind of stuff I've made in the past, the kind of stuff that I'll be making on this channel. Like I said, let me know what you think. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and we'll see you next time in the Fortress of Philitude. you.